Okay, so before anybody jumps at my throat with like, yo Khraze, what the heck is this title? Please excuse me because this is just my reaction whenever I'm seeing the words Cyberpunk and delayed in the same sentence. I'm not sure about you guys, but my heart just stops for a millisecond and I'm kinda having these cold yellow flashbacks, if you can believe that. But that is mostly because of this new IGN article that pretty much goes over a DLC reveal delay. We will talk about that in this video, and there's also some other really exciting news about how the game performs on the old consoles, especially the base PS4s, the Xbox Ones. I'm pretty sure that there's a ton of you out there that are very interested into that, and later on in the video we will discuss about the fact that, well, Keanu Reeves apparently played the game and enjoyed it a lot. So if you enjoyed this video at any point, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on it, and let's jump right in. Oh, and by the way, if you are enjoying gaming discounts and want to buy games at some really cheap prices, then you should check the Instant Gaming Black Friday event right here by following the links down below. They're basically running this event all through the weekend up until Cyber Monday, and every single day there's going to be a brand new batch of highly discounted games, so you can go ahead, check them out and buy them if you want to. But let's discuss about this IGN article. Of course, I should clarify the fact that the DLC reveal is the one that is getting delayed, not the game, not the DLC itself. None of the content from what we know so far is getting any delays. It's just that the reveal is something that is going to be delayed itself, and this is of course according to the recent earnings call that we've talked about in one of yesterday's video. And apparently it seems that they initially planned for this to be before the release. So initially CDPR planned for the DLC to be revealed sometimes before the game's release on December 10, but after the recent delay we decided to wait for the release to provide gamers with the game and then start talking about future projects. So yeah, this is going to happen after December 10, which actually sounds like good news. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm kind of burned out by all of the stuff that I've seen regarding Cyberpunk 2077, and at this point I just want to play the damn game. Let me know down below if you're also of the same opinion. Like literally right now they have revealed enough of the game. I don't want any more Night City wires, I don't want any more like content drops. I just want to game on December 10, and that is basically it. Now regarding the future DLCs and the post-launch content, we do know about this quite a bit, especially when it comes to the DLCs. So apparently for Cyberpunk 2077, CDPR is planning something similar to Witcher 3 when it comes to what it releases, as in we're gonna get both free DLCs alongside paid expansions too, very similar to Witcher 3 as a matter of fact. So some of these free DLCs might be just in-game items or some new quests or some stuff over there that you can easily download and play right away, but the paid expansions are going to be much larger, will contain likely brand new zones and especially so new quest lines with a ton of items, a ton of new characters, which actually sounds quite exciting. Even more so when you consider CDPR's previous plans when they mentioned that this first DLC will be on the same size as Witcher 3's main Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone DLCs combined. So there would be at least 40 hours of extra content, give or take, and this is just like a, yeah, this is just like the dream come true basically. I cannot wait to see what they're planning with Cyberpunk 2077, especially since the game already seems to be quite sizable. It seems that there's going to be a pretty lengthy story campaign, or should I say it gives you the possibility of extending your gameplay quite a bit, so that for the $60 or $80 or whatever edition you buy, for that amount you get a ton of entertainment out of it. But this is for post December 10 and likely into 2021. Now speaking of 2021, this is also when we should expect the multiplayer standalone mode for Cyberpunk 2077. It is based on the main game, but it's made by a different team. There's a ton of people working on it and they will reveal more as we get closer to that date. But I will say this, it's not yet clear how they will actually make all of this, because by the looks of it, it seems that it's going to be a completely different installation. We've seen this recently with Rockstar Games. They are planning for a complete different installation of Red Dead Online compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, which makes a ton of sense. It would also be something like this in Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, it depends on what they mean by standalone, because Ghost of Tsushima Legends was also considered standalone, but it was actually accessible from the game main menu UI, so you could switch between single player and multiplayer from the same installation. And yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how they will do it this time around, but personally, for convenience sake, for me, it's really easy to just play the main campaign, and then when I feel like it, just jump into multiplayer and see how that fares. At the same time, that would also be redundant, since now we have the really fast SSDs on the new consoles that you can just go in and switch between these really easy anyway. So again, this is all the news that we have right now for the post-launch content. Now, on the same note, let's also discuss about the performance, especially on the current, or should I say the old gen of consoles, especially PlayStation 4 base and Xbox One, the default ones. Well, according to the president and CEO of CD Projekt Red, Adam Kaczynski, the game is performing surprisingly well on the base PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and he said this during the recent financial call that we've talked about earlier. So yeah, this actually sounds reassuring, but at the same time, you can't really quantify these words into actual performance. Like, how does that translate into actual frames per second, or how does the game look? Did they have to sacrifice a lot of the visuals? Probably yes, and probably it's not going to run as good as you might think. Maybe it is going to dip even below 30. So again, until I see it with my own eyes, I'm not gonna say too much about it, but it does sound a bit promising that they are putting in a ton of efforts to actually make that performance great on the old consoles too. Now, on a final note, the only thing that remains is, while Keanu Reeves apparently played the game already and loves it pretty much. This is according to this article right here. It is in Spanish though, so I had to actually Google Translate a ton of this, but this was also present in like one of the reveals that we had a few days ago, where they showed the mocap with Keanu Reeves. So apparently, according to the CEO and president of CDPR, he was asked what Keanu Reeves thought of the game so far, and he said that he's played it, but as far as I know, he hasn't finished it yet, but he has definitely played it and he loves it. And to be honest, if I were the lead of a company, I would probably say the same. I would probably make this claim about people that never even heard about my game. Like, yeah, the Pope, yeah, he definitely plays Cyberpunk and he definitely loves it. I'm just joking, by the way, I'm just poking fun at this whole article, but yeah, it does seem that Keanu Reeves is the perfect role for a cyberpunk related game. It definitely seems to be a theme that resonates with him. Of course, he also was in The Matrix, so this is the perfect role for him, and he was also very enthusiastic in the mocap video from a few days back. But yeah, this is basically it with the news. Now, the only thing that maybe remains, and this is of course coming over from Reddit, is should we tweet and like kind of post this wallpaper right here on December 9 before the game's release? Like, should we post this yellow background just, you know, for fun's sake, because it caused us so much grief with all of the recent delays and old delays? Yeah, let me know down below if you're gonna plan to do that. I think I will, just for the heck of it. It sounds fun, and why not? We might make a bad situation into a really fun one. But in the meantime, this has been it with the news for Cyberpunk 2077. As always, if you enjoyed this video at any point, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.